Hello, welcome back, and thank you for joining me on my colouring quest. Today I'm going to just be having a fun colour on this Halloween themed colouring page from Welcome to the Forest by Morgan O'Brien. It is a free digital download that you can print, and that is available on his Ko-fi. And I also did get the Welcome to the Island as well, the free digital download. Yeah, I think these are adorable. I have printed it on the, is it Neenah cardstock? Yeah, Neenah, if that's how you pronounce it. And I haven't used this before, but it is letter size, standard letter size, so it's not A4. And it's a little bit wider than A4. And so what I did was, before printing, I slightly enlarged the image so that it would fit more to this size of the paper. And it was a choice of colouring between these two pages, both with pumpkins and Halloween sort of theme, but I thought I'd go with this one because I like all the little friends in it. And yeah, I am going to be using an alcohol marker base on this one. I picked up these Winsor & Newton Pro Marker Manga Set 1 from Hobbycraft. They having an art sale, and I also had a Hobbycraft voucher, so I got these really cheap. So I thought I would try these out. I have used these on one other page before and like how they flow. Right, first I need some scrap paper to put behind this page. Do you notice you always forget to prepare one thing? I got my colouring page, I got my pens, I got my pencils ready. Yeah. So I haven't particularly chosen what colours I'm using yet, but yeah, I'm ready. Right, I am going to bring you in because this illustration isn't huge. Hopefully that will be better. And I'm just gonna get on with it. Open up these pens because I do like to put them back in the box after I've used them, just to keep them all together, because these are the only Winsor & Newton Pro markers that I own, because they can be quite pricey normally, but when you got offers and vouchers, I think I paid about, I think I got them for like £9.99 or something along that line. I remember what I bought, and the whole of what I bought didn't come to the original price of these pens, which is amazing. Right, I'm going to start with this night sky. I'm just going to give it a base of this blue. I will darken it up. With my pencils. So what I normally do with a marker base is pick like a shade or two lighter than what I'm actually going to want it as, because I will want some of this lighter colour to be visible, but not much of it. Right, so I'm just gonna go in and start colouring. Yeah, I did have one really juicy one of these markers that I was like, whoa, how much ink did you put in this pen? Because I didn't even barely have to touch this page for like a ton of ink to come out, which isn't really good because it's lucky I was doing a large area at the time, else that would have been bad. Right, so these seem to be working really nicely on this paper. One thing I love about illustrations by Morgan O'Brien is they're all really fun. and you can do them as simple or as detailed as you want, and they'll still look great when they're finished. I think he had to give these ones away for free because they were based on, was it Animal Crossing? I don't actually play Animal Crossing, I haven't played it. Oh my gosh, I think I had it on the Nintendo DS when it first came out, but then I got to a point where I wasn't playing my DS anymore, so I just sold it and all my games with it. And I think that year I used that money to buy Christmas presents for my family, so yeah. Didn't have that anymore, and I haven't had any like Nintendo Switch or anything like that, so I haven't played Animal Crossing since, which is fine. I haven't played any games in a while. I used to love playing Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy 9. And yeah, and Kingdom Hearts. My top 3 were Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts and Tomb Raider. I liked anything that was sort of like action adventure-y, but yeah. Yeah, when Kingdom Hearts first came out, I thought it was amazing. Like all these sort of Disney characters that were within the games, and how his weapon was the shape of a key. I just liked everything about it, and I don't know how many times I've completed these games, especially Final Fantasy 9. Like, I've gone through that game the most out of any games I've ever played. But now I don't own a console that I can play it on. I don't own a PlayStation 4 or 5. That I don't know if you can download them onto those or not anyway, because like I said, I don't own one. But after my PlayStation 2 kicked the bucket, yeah, I haven't played any PlayStation games since then. I keep thinking of getting, like, having a look, see if I can buy one again, but I don't spend any time on games at the minute, and I find all that time I would spend on games, I spend it like colouring. So if I was to get a games console again, I feel like I would probably colour less, because when you're on a game, you're just there for at least an hour or two, right? Because you get into playing it. I know it would be faster to use the chisel nib on this pen, but I like the process of doing the small tip. With these pens anyway, some pens, they dry too fast. The ink dries too fast and then you get all lines, which I don't like. So then I'll use the chisel because you have to be fast. But I noticed the last time I used these pens, the ink is really nice and smooth. So I like using this tip. Right, we're going to do that bushes behind her or him. I think that's, I don't know if I do it as a boy or a girl. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm not going to be using the colours that are in the game because I don't know what they would be anyway. So maybe this character was grey, but I might do it brown, or maybe it was brown and I might do it grey. Who knows? I haven't actually decided on colours. All I know is that I want a dark blue sky and green grass. is, oh no, almost, almost missed it. I'm not actually doing anything for Halloween. I'll probably be I'll probably be the one home answering the door to any kids that are trick-or-treating. But yeah, we don't really get any around here anymore. I don't know, it was like last year we put a pumpkin out and everything. We had kids go by, but nobody actually came to knock. I think a lot of people nowadays, they only go to houses that they know that, like, they know the family there, because obviously parents are a bit more paranoid, and sometimes rightfully so these days. But like, remember when you were little and you'd just like be out, you'd knock on every house, whether you knew who lived there or not, and if they didn't answer, then that meant that they're not doing Halloween. Although there would be some houses that you'd knock, they don't do Halloween, but they'd still give you like a piece of fruit, or some would give you like a £1 coin. Like, what we used to do was, if we received any money from a house, we'd like save it up to the end and divide it between how many of this there was. And yeah, I think one year we ended up with like £3 each, which is quite a lot because there was about 4 or 5 of us. But yeah, some people forget that it's Halloween and they're like, oh no, I didn't go out and get sweets. But yeah, right, the green. I think it was this green that was really juicy. Let me just check, because I might just use the lighter green. Don't know. Or should I just use the fatter nib? Because it was the other nib that was a bit juicy. I'll try this. This is the Lush Green. Why did I read every other language before I read the English? Oh dear. Right. So this looks like it's on a box. But I'm going to do the box made out of grass for some reason. Actually, that's probably a hay bale. Yeah, I'm going to leave that as a hay colour then. So it would be sort of like that. I don't know. I'll fix it with pencils. When in doubt, just fix it. Fix it however you can. Oh, it's a cat. It's a kitty. I like that little bit's come out of the circle. I'll be sure to do the grass green. Yeah, I don't feel like I have as much control when using the chisel nib. Anybody else working on any Halloween pages? I've already got one other started that I'm working on. And I think, did I already do one? Can't even remember anymore whether it was Halloween themed or not. Oh, and then of course I recently did the Camilla D'Errico Devil and Her Little Friends, which was really fun to do. So that's Halloween. And I think I did one more. It's like halfway through the month nearly, and I can't even remember what I've coloured. know I haven't completed that many pages. I think I completed maybe 2 or 3. But I don't keep a track of how many I've coloured. Because sometimes I might start one and not finish it for like 2 months. And I'm fine with that. If I'm not in the mood to colour it, then I'll just end up ruining it if I force myself to carry on. So I would rather wait and do it when I'm ready. Use my air freshener again. Are people okay with like these really long videos? Or would you prefer it like part 1, part 2? I don't mind either way. It's fine by me. But it's just the fact that sometimes I'll be sitting here for like 2 hours, and then sometimes I'll be sat here for like 20 minutes colouring, so that's why I normally add it all to one video. But I can always do it in parts if that's what people would prefer to see them as. Right, I'm going to colour the pumpkins, and I'm guessing this is called orange. Yes, I'm just doing orange pumpkins. Just want it to be fun. Yeah, when I use markers, I just do a base layer. I don't do all my shading with the markers, because I like to use pencils, but the markers just take away the initial whiteness of the page. I've already used this orange quite a bit because the other page I've used it on has also got pumpkins. So that's in a Colour in Heaven magazine. That's got the marker base on it, but I need to go on with pencils. But I wanted to start this because as soon as I saw it, I needed to colour it. What I normally do is when I'm filming the video of a colouring page, I also have another page that I'm colouring that I'm not filming. So if I feel like filming, I have something to colour, and if I just want to be lazy and colour in bed, then I have something there as well. Because I do most of my colouring in bed. It's the most comfortable place to be. It's warm, it's cosy, and you've got everything you need. You can lay it out. I also want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed and left me comments on the videos and liked them. It's thank you. I'm really bad at showing appreciation, but I mean it. Thank you. Right, now I'm gonna do the straw box. And I think this one is called Pastel Yellow. I think that would be good enough fit. I will put the detail, straw-like detail in that when I'm colouring it. So most of these, some of them you might not even see any of the colour that I've put down once I've used pencils on top. But some of them, like this straw, you probably will see some. I did have to pause it then a moment. Right, and I did just finish that straw box off. Now I'm going to use blush on this doggo. So it's wrapped up as a bandage, wrapped up as a mummy, but also seems to have like a t-shirt. I think that might have been a t-shirt, but now it's a vest top. And I have left the feet out because I'm gonna leave that to do the colour of the dog. Probably brown dog. This would be like a perfect skin tone. And it is called blush, so it's a very soft pink cream colour. Like, how is this dog breathing? I think I'm going to leave that and do it as like the fur. Yes. And then I am going to go in with the apricot on this little guy's skin. His little hands. And eating cookies. Oh, his neck. Can't forget his neck. I think that's all of his skin. I have no idea what colour to do his hat. Oops, just chucking my pens around now. Right, and this cat, I am going to do a pink, pastel pink. Have a pink kitty. I'm going to use the other nib on that face because it's quite large, quite a large space. And I am just going to take the berry red and have it inside the ears. Ooh, that is a lovely red. Put it on the tongue as well. Do I want anything else red? I don't think so. Maybe I should do this blanket red. Yeah, I like this red tone. I don't what these are supposed to be. Is it like just random sweets? Right, and then I am going to go do this tree now in the terracotta. It's the only brown in the set, and I don't want to get out my other alcohol markers. So like I said, I'll just deepen it up with my pencils. Some people can do an alcohol marker base like really fast. I don't know how, because I find I have to be more careful than when I'm using pencils. Because once it's there, you're really not getting rid of it that easily. Like you can use, I've just realised sky. Oh dear. That's okay. At least I know what blue I used. Yeah. So anybody that can do anything to do with colouring fast, I can't. I'm a slowpoke. Oh, speaking of slowpokes, I recently bought a Pokemon colouring book, which I really want to colour in. I want to like get one of my Pokemon cards and see if I can colour the Pokemon in a similar way, but I don't know if I can do that. It'll be difficult, but it will be fun to try. Yeah, I found it. I was just like in WH Smith's and it was there, and I was like, ooh, like childhood, like because it has a lot of, like the first few pages, it has a lot of starter Pokemon in, like you got your Bulbasaur, Squirtle and Charmander and their evolution, and then yeah, it's got Pikachu. Obviously you can't really have Pokemon colouring book without Pikachu in it, can you? So you got Pikachu's sort of evolution, Pichu, Pikachu and Raichu, and then you got the Magikarp and Gyarados, which I always find that is the weirdest evolution ever. How does it go from this this fish to this ginormous thing without like any middle evolution needed? So strange. Right, purple on the backs. They'll probably end up being like a purple black colour. So yeah, I am probably planning to colour in that Pokemon book as a video. I might get my acrylic paint out, but that'll probably be after October because I want to concentrate on Halloween theme pages. I want to colour one also in Camilla de Erico's new Beauties and Beasties, because I have that now, which is amazing. My collection is now complete again. But when you colour in one of her books, it makes you want to colour in the other ones again. Right, what colour do I want? I only had one brown for dog, but I can make them different browns afterwards with my pencils. So So same base colour, but you can make them different using different brown pencil shades, which is awesome. Which means just because you have a limited amount of one thing, you can still work with it in different ways. But yeah, I definitely wanted this dog brown. I will just go over his eye as well, because I'll probably do that black. I can have his little neck visible as well. What colour should I do his t-shirt? Don't know. I have limited myself to colours now. Because if you do it green, then it's... Yeah, I'm going to go green, but I'll pick the grass green colour. It can be lighter than the background. I also realised I need to do brown for these pumpkin stumps. Right, then on the brown. I'm just going to go on the inside with the brown as well. I'm not going to make them glow or anything, I'll do them black. But in this set of markers there is no black, and I'm not getting out anymore. Right. Do I need brown anywhere else? Might do his nose brown. And his eyes, oh no, I might want his eyes a different colour. Right, now for, I think I want his top to be this light blue. Get the background sky is going to be a lot darker, so this will not blend in at all once it's done. Handle to the basket there. And then I might give him jeans. So blue and blue. I know, I thought a lot of blue. But it's fine. I'm going to do a blue wrapper on this sweet. A red sweet. Put the red one in there as well. I never know what to do these things. I'm gonna do like stripey. Just like that. I don't know what that was, or whatever. D-Lab. You know, just make it colourful. I might put a different colour in with pencils. But these cookies, actually, I'm going to just do this colour. And then I think I'll leave the inside white. So that I can just shade with pencils. It might be easier. What in the world was that cookie supposed to be? It's like a blob. Oh, she's eating one. And he's eating one. colour should his hat be? I'm going to do his hat red as well. Although, I might do it black and red. Oh, I don't know. I quite like to do it purple actually. Yeah, I'm going to do it purple, but it will look more purple than the bats. I'll just do his hair brown. It's only a little bit showing there anyway. And now for hair top. Oh dear. Really, I'm running out of colours. I'm just going to do that purple as well. But they'll all be different once I'm finished. I really did limit myself too much with colours, because those stars and that need to be yellow, but I don't have a yellow. It's going to be a white plate, but need a tinge of colour on there, right? And I didn't colour the inside of that pumpkin brown. Where it's brown on the pumpkins, like I said, it'll be black. It'll be black. Colour brown as well. Right. For now though, I will just do the stars with these. I think they end up being white, the dots. I don't know yet. Will be more colourful once it's finally finished. Yeah, I'll just do this colour at the moment. I don't know if I want to do them yellow, pink or red when I'm done. I can use this colour as a base for all those colours. Right, so that is my marker base complete. There's a few bits that I haven't coloured, but I will do them fully with pencil. I think I will come back to this later as well, so see you in a mo. Right, I'm back again. It is the evening now. I did have dinner and stuff, so I'm back here colouring, and I've decided I'm going to use my Black Widow pencils because I've only used them once before, and I do only have the dragon set and what was the other one? Where's that lid? The snake cobra, is it the cobra set they call it? It is a cobra, so I'm guessing so. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead, have fun and colour. I think I might start with the pumpkins. What colour should I use? Oh, but for the black and the white I will be using my Faber-Castell Polychromos, because I don't actually have a black and white in this set at all. I don't know what sets they come in, but I would have thought a black and a white should come in a few of the sets, maybe. I'm guessing not everybody uses black and white. I don't know. I don't even think you can buy them separately either, can you, the Black Widows? Yeah. Right, I need an orange. There are, however, many orange to choose from. That's quite pumpkin-like. Right. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Right. In the middle there, that should be okay. So what colours have I chosen? I've chosen brick brown and light rust, and they are both from the dragon set, and then it will be black and white. So I'm actually going to colour the insides first, because I just want the inside of the eyes and mouth and that to be black. I'm not going for any like over the top shading or anything really. Just want to keep this one fun, because let's face it, these illustrations just scream fun to you, don't they? Calm, casual, fun colouring. I mean, I see some people's work though on these Morgan O'Brien pages, especially the Matchstick Mouse pages, and you just think, oh my gosh, how do they come up with these ideas to make them so creative? Oh, he looks a bit menacing now, doesn't he? I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this in the background, because only I can just about hear it, but the washing machine is on downstairs, and the room I'm in is like right above that room, so you may or may not hear the sound of the washing machine. I'm going to sharpen this pencil. Ooh, that may have been too sharp. I do that a lot lately. I forget how easily sharp this sharpener makes pencils. So I'm just going to go in with this rust brown, was it? Brown brick. Oh, the rust brown. The light rust, sorry, it's the orange colour. I knew there was rust in a name somewhere. Because I already have like an orange base, I want to just deepen it up. This one's supposed to be a basket, so it's not supposed to be a real pumpkin, but who says they haven't carved out a real pumpkin and added a handle to it, you know? Nobody has said that they haven't done that. So I'm just going with a normal pumpkin shade. Yeah, that's a good orange. I'm going to use some of it for me to blend the white, but not too much, because this is going to be quite a dark evening page once I'm done with it. I probably should have started with the sky, but that takes a while, and I think you'd enjoy seeing me colour the rest of it more. Actually, I'm going to colour that bit in that orange. Makes it look like the inside of the pumpkin then. Right, a little bit of black to deepen up these areas. I say I'm not going to do any fancy shading, and then look at me adding all these different colours. There's no stopping. I can't help it. Right, no more black. No, just a bit there, just a bit there. So, you're probably thinking, what is wrong with me? And then the white. They don't take long, which is nice. Right, next pumpkin. I think I'll go through all the pumpkins and add my colours as I go. I think that might save on a bit of time. Maybe? Right. Trying to figure out which bits would be darkest. That bit at the back will probably be dark, right? It is now. Because you see, I haven't even thought about where the light's coming from because I'm not going for that. If it looks right, it looks right. If it looks a bit off, then it looks a bit off. It's fine. Actually adds loads of shading. That looks weird. I might have to add a bit of shading into that bit because, yeah, that just looks strange to me at the minute. I'm just going to use that in the stump? Would you call that a stump? I don't know. I'm not a pumpkin expert. When we were kids, we didn't have them. I don't think we ever had a pumpkin outside our house until like we were old enough to buy our own pumpkins. I don't know why. But to be fair, when we would go shopping, I don't remember seeing them where we would go shopping. I don't know. Well, that could have just been my mum tactically avoiding the pumpkin section in fear that I would ask for one. I don't know. That's probably more likely, but at the same time, if she said no, I would have actually just gone along with it. Or maybe I had no interest in pumpkins. I do not know. I really don't. But I think they have become a bit more common now to have a pumpkin out. I don't know. Because yeah, I don't even remember seeing them when we would go trick-or-treating. I mean, we would only go in a small area, but there are plenty of houses. I don't know, maybe there was one or two that I just don't remember because I don't know, obviously the pumpkins outside houses weren't important for me to remember. Which is fine. But yeah, last year I did enjoy carving pumpkins with my niece. I carved a cute one though because my other niece was 2 at the time, so obviously she can't really carve her own, so I carved one for her. Although they stayed at our house, she didn't take it with her. We put them outside the house for our trick-or-treaters, but like I said, we still didn't get any, which still boggles me because there's quite a few kids that live around here, and a lot of the families like know that if a house around here has a pumpkin out, then it's okay to come trick-or-treating at that house. I don't know. Unless they just missed our house out. But ours isn't the only place that seems to get less traffic, because then, like after Halloween, you talk to people that you know, and they're like, "Yeah, we only had like 3 people come round," and I'm like, "Yeah, we had none." And then you get the complete opposite. Like you tell my brother, that we had none, and they were like, they have to go out to the shop to get more sweets because they had loads. They only live across the road from a shop though, so they're okay. But they said they already had like a ton of sweets bought in because their area is quite busy. But yeah, to have no children come round and trick-or-treating. But I do think a lot of parents, they do those like Halloween parties now, don't they, where they just invite their friends' kids and they can just have fun Halloween games and that in the house where it's safe and dry and they don't have to go out anywhere. This pumpkin is a little bit creepy. I haven't coloured that bit in, maybe that's why. Nope, still a bit more creepy than the other ones. Get the white in, I'll do this one first. I needed to put, no I didn't, that's fine. Yeah, I am shading this, but I'm not being overly cautious about how it turns out. Like I said, I'm here to have fun. That might be a bit too much white on that one though. Like that bothers me. Slight lines don't, but that's gonna bother me. So back in with my orange and just sort of blend that in. Maybe a bit around this nose as well. Just can't help myself, can I? Cannot help myself. Went a bit pale there. Because I did it on all the others, I have to go back and do it on those ones. Oh, I missed this little stumpy. Right, I think that's the pumpkins done. I believe they're okay. Next, I am going to concentrate on this area, so the blanket and the hay bale and the plate and sweets. So I'm going to put my orange back and my brown, but I am going to take out another brown, a darker one. What's this colour? Dungeon? Is that a black or a brown? Got a piece of paper. Oh no, it is a brown. Right. So Dungeon, it is also from the Dragon set. I haven't gone into the Cobra set yet, but I do need a red. Ooh, that looks like a nice red. Also from the Dragon set is Evil Red. Oh, Evil Red. That's quite fitting for Halloween, isn't it? So I'm going to go in with the Dungeon on this area where it's got the shadow marks, because I take these little squiggles around objects as where I should be putting a shadow. That might not be true, but that's what I'm doing. And then I just put a little bit around where the plate is, because that would probably create some sort of shadow, wouldn't it? Now Evil Red. Ooh, it's a lovely red. Just blend the shadows out. It's like a, I don't know if it's just because of the colour I've got underneath it, but it's like a deep pinky red. Then I'm just going to take my white. This will change the colour, but I might go over it again I don't like the outcome, because that has changed it quite a lot. It's made it look like a shiny material a bit more than what I want. So I will get my red back. I did smooth my colour out though, so it's good. It's like if you don't like the way your white turns out, you just go back over it with a colour that you used, and it turns it okay again. Well, I find that happens. Right, and then maybe a bit of my black in this deepest corners. Right, well, that's a blanket done. It doesn't take much, does it? Right, Evil Red back in the box. I'm gonna keep this brown out for the straw, but when you got stuff like straw, I find it easier to go light to dark. So what colour looks more straw-like? Maybe this one? Oh, this one's called Gold, but it's like a creamy yellow colour. Does it actually look gold on paper? No, yellow. So this will be my sort of yellow tone for the straw, and then I will have my browns to give it more texture. It's difficult to do this straw though, because normally I would try and make it look realistic, but this is like a cartoon drawing and my image has gone. Right, yes, you're seeing this. I always, after the couple of times where I've taken you out of camera, I'm just like, yeah. Check your camera, Jessica. Check the camera. I'm gonna just put some white lines in, so hopefully if I end up going over them it will stay light, maybe, but they're just going to be thick chunky lines. Doesn't have to be many. I just got a notification of some sort. I don't know if that was hearable. Is hearable a word? I don't know. Right. So I'm just going to, oh gosh. Oh, don't know what's wrong with this one. I did just sharpen it, so it's probably my fault. And it's crumbling a bit though. I think I'll just go in certain areas with this. Just like fill in the, do they call it negative space? So now I want a lighter brown. So here in the dragon set I have Saddle. So I'm just gonna go in with that in certain places. Maybe I'll do some sort of crissy liney things. That's technical. Crissy liney things. Hello. Oh dear. But you don't want to get rid of all of the colours that you just put down. I I'm not pressing down hard either because I don't want to get rid of my building up ability. Because if you press down, then you squish the paper into one piece, and it's like, oh, One Piece. I watched that. That is an amazing series, One Piece. Yeah, just finished watching a live action version recently. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it. It's not going to be for everybody, but it is great. I'm looking forward to whenever the next season is released. I never know these things until they just appear. I'm terrible at finding out release dates, I really am. I'm like, oh, I wonder when that's going to be out, and then people are like, it came out a week ago. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. So, always the last to know anything really. Like, it's like, sometimes I want to like go to a concert of a certain person or group or whatever, and I'm like, right, I'm gonna keep my ears out for when they're next gonna have a show nearby. And then the next thing I know, they've sold out, or it's already passed, or it's in like 2 days and you have no time to like pay for tickets, book a room or anything like that. And then it's like, oh, gosh, yeah, I'm terrible at stuff like that. I need people that are like reminders. But I have nobody around me that's like interested in the same things as I am. I always seem to be interested in something alone, which is fine because a lot of what I like you can just do on your own anyway. But when it comes to like going to see things live and that, I have nobody to go with, so I just don't go. This is looking like a cake with sprinkles on top. I will get my Posca pen out and put some texture in as well, I think. It will look okay. Trust the process. This is me convincing myself, not trying to convince you. So I also have the grass to do, which sometimes I find grass easy and then sometimes I find grass ridiculously hard. Now I am just going to quickly go over this. I'm going to add some more texture in, but I just want to get rid of that whiteness. Even though I'm about to add white Posca pen. I know, I don't make sense sometimes, but I needed a bit smoother than that. And now I'm going to add my black shadows to the bottom here. Some to the side, some up here, under the blanket. And just every now and again in places. not as much as the other colours. Don't ask me how I'm picking the spaces to put this because I haven't a clue. Not a clue. Down the bottom, sure, because I'm just making it as if the grass is creating a shadow. Anywhere else, I'm just randomly placing it. And hoping that it looks remotely like a straw bale. Oh. I think that's okay for that. And now I'm going to use my white Posca, but then I might shade on top of the white Posca with the, what was it called? Gold. But I might just doing like dotty line bits, because then when I shade over them it should just look like a lighter version of the main colour. Sometimes I do this with grass because I like accidentally get rid of too much of the main colour of the grass. So you might see me do this in a minute again. Although I don't know if I'll be colouring the grass tonight. I don't know if I'll get this all finished or not. But while that is drying, I'm quickly going to colour these sweets in. I want a bright pink, that lollipop. And I have, what's this one called? Crimson Stone. Looks very bright. I don't actually have any like swatches of these pencils. The Cobra set has the colours in the tin, but the Dragon set doesn't, I don't think. Let me just take a look. No, it's just black. Are they on the back of the tin? Oh, the colours are on the back of the tin, but when they're printed on a tin, you don't always find that it's the same colour you get on a piece of paper, do you? So I'm going to do this pink and white striped. I think I already have that one pink. So hopefully, and then I'm going to put a bit of pink in the basket. And these can be pink. I don't know, maybe they're jelly beans. And then black. I need some shading on here. This isn't going to look right. We'll put a bit more pink in it. That was just the easiest way possible for me to colour that, which is why I did it. Right, now we'll get a purple. What colour is this? Purple Haze from the Cobra set. And I just want to colour, you know, the plastic bits. And then I think I'm just going to get my black and white and shade within here, using the colours that were already put down with the marker. So why not? Oh, I do need a colour for that. Sweet. Blue one? Why not? Don't have too many blues in these sets. Oh, what's this? Opal green. Maybe that would be okay. Oh, I think that might be a good colour for the grass. I'm going to keep that one out for her grass colour, whether I colour that today or not, but I will forget that I've used that if I if I don't leave it out. Right, and this strawy kind of colour I'm actually going to use on these pumpkins as the light shade. Pumpkins and ghosts, aren't they? And then I'm going to just shade a little bit of orange, except for the ghosts. I think I will just leave them pale. So where was that orange I used? Was it this one? Light rust, yes. Let me just sharpen that a bit. I should have done these when I did the actual pumpkins. Sorry, I had to have a bit of my drink then. Oh, that one's a bat. That should just be black, shouldn't it? It's making me hungry. Although it's not making me hungry for sweets. It's just making me hungry. I did have some licorice earlier, so that's probably why I don't want any sweets. Right, so a ghost colour, maybe this. What's this colour? Blue tongue. Ugh, that doesn't... Why do they come up with the name? Blue tongue. I don't have a clue. Not a clue. So ghosts have got a little bit of blue tongue on them. Is that a ghost? And I don't know what that is, so I'm just going to do it as a ghost. That's upside down for some strange reason. I don't know. And a tiny bit of black on them. Ooh. Does anybody watch scary movies at Halloween? It's been ages since I've watched one. So I'll probably see if any come on like Amazon Prime or anything during this month, and I might pick one to watch. Oh, the bat needs to be black. I don't know if it'll look like a bat. Needs a sharper point on that. That's better. Might just put some white dots as eyes on that. You know what that looks like? Sharpening. You know when you got like, if you have a black pencil, like the Black Widows, and you have a sharpener, and you sharpen it. Or if you've got like a black lead, and then that's the colour of the pencil. But my sharpener doesn't do sharpenings like that, because it makes like little squiggle type things. I don't know if I can show you. A sort of like, that's what my sharpenings look like. In my tiger. I still do love those sharpeners. I want every animal they sell of it. I currently own the tiger, the zebra and the pig. and they also have a panda, but I think whenever that gets in the shop, I think that's only like the first one to sell out, because pandas are very popular. So that's the cookies done. Now the plate. I'm gonna go with that blue tongue and just put that on the plate as well, and then some black and white, I think. Keep it simple instead of finding another colour. Bit of shadow. And the white highlight to blend it all. It will stand out more when all that grass is darker. So that's that plate done. I'm going to go back to that straw now, and with the gold just gently just go over the whole thing, and it should get rid of that sharp white, but keep the texture, which is what I want, which is what it's doing. Good. And I will leave that as a straw bale done, because else I will mess it up. Right, what should I colour next? I feel like I should go over this white with the pink. And I know that was green, but I'm going to go over it with pink as well, because I can't be bothered. I put that... Oh no, I did put the green just there. Never mind. Although some of that green would be nice on this one. Don't ask me what these sweets are. I didn't think that far through. Right. Next up, I think I'll colour one of the characters. I really want to colour him. I really, really do. And because I already have these sort of strawy colours, I think I will use them on this as well. So I've got the saddle. And I'm just going to shade. I don't want to make them look too dirty. But he is in a forest, so they wouldn't be completely white anymore, would they? It's going to be quite dark because it's underneath all of that. It's so cute. It's like you can't see half of its face, but you just know it's cute. Alright, I'm going to take my black, just put those deeper shadows in, and then I'm just going to blend it out with the white. Blend it all with the white, and that will be that. gone really quiet. I apologise. Although you might be like, shut up and just colour. Probably not, because everybody seems nice here, so... But sometimes I do feel like that. Am I talking too much? Am I not talking enough? I always feel like I don't need to say it, but then other times I'm like, but then you're just going to be sitting in silence, and that wouldn't be right either. So I'm not the most talkative person anyway. I'm always more of a listener. I can listen to people all day. If I hear them say something that, like, I know is incorrect or anything, then I will say that, but most of the time I just listen to people, and I'm fine with that. It's just annoying that when I finally actually want to say something, and then the louder person in the room just cuts you off. It's like, louder doesn't always mean they know more, you know, especially when it's something you know what you're talking about, but somebody louder has a different opinion, and because they're louder, people for some reason assume that they're right. It's like, if I don't know the answer, then I won't even say anything, you know, but if I know how to do something and I tell them, then yeah, they still don't listen. But I guess that's up to them. I've told my point. If they don't want to listen, that's their choice, isn't it? He is adorable. Now I need brown. Or should I do a shirt first? Green. I think I like this green, whatever. Hopefully it's the same colour as the barrel. It's called Pine. Pine green. Bright green. Yeah, he'll like that. Hopefully. I don't even know if it's a boy or a girl, but in my head it's a boy. And then black. Where is it? There we are. Put some shadows in. So it changes its colour anyway when it gets black on it. And then I'm not going to add the white to this, I'm just going to go back over with the green. I don't want it to look like shiny or anything. Okay, now a brown. So I want a brown that's going to be different from the brown of the tree. There aren't that many in the Black Widow. I think I will use that dungeon on the tree. So any other colour that I pick should be fine. What have I got? Castle. Let's try Castle. Ah yeah, that'll be fine. Let me do all of that, like that colour. And just do sort of around the bandages where the shadow will be, and I'll keep that light brown. Oh, that little tail. Little hands. A bit more on that. Now that I know how deep I want it. And then black. I'm not putting too much on of the black because else it will end up turning into a similar colour as the tree. This would make a really nice skin colour as well. Tail. This bit here. And then this ear. A bit more there. Oh, and then the eye, I'm just going to colour that in with the black. And he's done. Look at how cute he is. Well, actually, I'm going to blend it out with the white. I may regret this, but again, like I said earlier, if I don't like it, I can just take that brown that I used and add it on the top. Oh, I like that. Sorry. Little highlight on the eye. Now he is done. How is this looking on camera? I keep tilting it, don't I? I'm so sorry. Actually, now that I don't have to use alcohol marker, that can come out. Because it's just slipping my page, isn't it? I do apologise. Actually, this brown, a little bit on the ear. I just looked at that on the camera and it made me realise that was a bit too highlighted. Smooth it out slightly. Shall I? You're probably thinking this is unnecessary. Right. Now should I do... I might just do those bats a moment. I'd have to find a deep purple. Is it deep purple? Grape. That'll do. I'm going to be adding black anyway. This knee is really bugging me. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. It's just blobbed there. Don't know. I'll leave it. But I do feel like I need to make that knee darker now. Right, bats. Grape. And this one's from the Cobra set as well. I should be putting these back where I got them from, so I know what set they came from. Oh, I don't need to. I've just noticed the Dragon set have green on them and the Cobra set have silver. Yeah, that's nice to know, and I've only just noticed that. Anyway, bats. Ooh, this is a lovely purple. This is the main colour, so again they're not like this. I see what this is, the back of the bat, so you don't see the face. I've just coloured that slightly different than what I would have. fine. I haven't gone in with a black yet, so it doesn't matter. We'll just go over that one a bit deeper. I'm going to do this one as well. Black. This one seems to have an H. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it doesn't. Forget what I just said. I don't even know if you heard that. I was kind of mumbling it to myself anyway. I thought it had an extra part to its wing, but it doesn't. It's just more spread out than this one is wider than that one. It's like this one only has the 2, so I'm just going to add another one in. Right, and then the white. I just stopped recording then. I think my phone might be filling up because I haven't deleted the previous videos yet, and they were all long, weren't they? Maybe that's got to be like hours and hours of footage on my phone still. So I will just finish up these bats a moment, and then I will delete those. I really didn't even think about that, you know. I'll delete those and then I will come back again. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I am back. It is a new day. I got preoccupied after I sorted stuff out yesterday, and so I'm just going to get back into it. I'm going to go for his hat, and I'm using Purple Haze. I didn't know whether to do these different colours, but I'm just gonna... Oh wow, that Purple Haze is exactly the same colour as the marker pen. Okay. What's this one? Space. That's darker. Space. Ooh, yes. That's lovely. I mean, they may turn out the same colour as the bats. But I think I'm going to add a little bit of pink in with this hat. Just to set it off a little bit differently from that. a pinky colour. It's this one. Fancy pink. Just going to add a bit of that in. So now my black. I don't want too much black in this, I just want it to add a slight shadow. And then my white. I will be going over the white with that purple that I said is the same colour as the marker. So what was it? Purple haze. Just going to go over that dark bit as well because it's a bit sketchy. But lightly over the rest of it. That'll do. Right, and while I've got purples out, I'm gonna colour this t-shirt. And I think I'll do that. I might add the pink first, see what that looks like. Change the colour slightly because else everything's purple, isn't it? So it can be a pinky purple t-shirt. Black. There's my black. There's my black. I'll just get that pink again, and I'm not even going to go in with white. I don't think it needs that. It's only a small area, isn't it? Right, now I am going to just going to pop those back in there a minute. I think I want to colour his outfit now. Get all the outfits done, so blues. I've got one here called Aquarius. I haven't used this one yet, so I do need to sharpen it. And I'm going to put this on his trousers. Actually, that is a lovely colour. My black. I just wanted to look like he's wearing sort of jeans, maybe. A bit of white on that edge. And back in with that. You can't tell that I put white there now, but it is slightly lighter. I don't think I'll be needing that blue again. Maybe I'll put a bit of that in the sky, because I don't have many blues in this Black Widow sets. Right, now for the lighter blue top. I have this pleasant blue. I'm guessing that's very pleasant on the eyes. I've used it before, but I don't know where. It might have been on the page when I first got them. Wow, that pretty much matches again. That marker. Right, I'm gonna, what's this? Dark Night. It's like a blue-grey by the looks of it. Let's try that. Yeah, that works. There's the shadows. It's strange how a lot of these pencils are matching the colours of the alcohol markers. I will put a tiny bit of black in certain areas. Actually, I didn't colour the handle to the basket, did I? Right, and then I'm just going to take that pleasant blue and blend it all. Actually, I'm going to give him blue eyes. Would you put that as a blue or that? That's a white. I'm going to get that other blue back again. Just do some darker bits of blue. And then I'll get my black. Do him some eyeballs. Shade some of the white. So it just ends up looking strange, I think. My eye is pretty much in the shade of the hat. And then, where is it? My Posca pen. Let's just do some. Little dippy dabs. For this handle, I'm just going to go in with this Crimson Stone pink. Ooh. Sorry about that. That's that done. Now, while while his eyes are drying, I'm going to go over to this cat, and I'm actually going to put this pink in the back, but you won't be able to see it once I'm done anyway, because it's going to get dark. I just like to have a undertone there. Why am I still holding the blues? Try to avoid the eyes. That pink back. Bit of white on the tongue. Where's the red? What's this called? Fire. That's that done. Right, now for the pink of the cat. Ooh, that might be a nice pink. Lady Jane. Yeah. Oh yes, that is a lovely soft pink. I'm not going to do the texture of fur, I'm just going to shade. Right, so, oh, the neck. I am going to take this Crimson Stone again and put it in the cheek area. This won't stay this dark, hopefully. That's a happy kitty. Right, and then what's this colour? Maiden Pink. I'm going to use this as the shadow colour because I don't want to use black on top of pink if I can help it. And then my white to soften everything up. I'll probably go over that with that other pink in a moment. Take that Lady Jane, just go over that area. Nicely. Maybe I done the mouth. Let's see if we can add some little teeth. I felt like the mouth was missing something. Does this work on top of this? No, that literally is the same colour as that. So I need a darker one, which is rosy. Just add a little bit of darkness, and I will put a little bit of black beside the ears. Now for the nose, I'm actually not going to keep it that brown. I think I'll take that rosy again and just colour it pink. Add in a little bit of black shading. Oh no, the hands! The hands! The hand, there's only one, that's okay. A bit of that. How could I forget the hands? Like I said though, there's always something, isn't there? Right. Well, I've got that soft pink out, I'm just going to do his cheeks. Right. Now for his skin. What have we got in here? I'm going to take Bruise. Ooh. I'm not beating him up, don't worry. I'm just using it as my shadow colour. What a name though. Bruise. I think it's quite fitting though. This does look like if you'd have the bruise and it's in its purple stage. Don't forget the hands. Right. I think I'm going to do the same with his nose as well. Just get that pink on it. Maybe put that pink in his cheeks as well. The other one was slightly too pale. Right, so now a browny type colour. What have we got here? Brown brick for the darker parts. And the lighter parts, what do we have in here? It's a bit orange. I don't know, I think I might go for the light yellow and see what that does. And then I'll just go over with the white. And I think he should be fine. And because I've done his nose like that, he looks a bit not clown-like, but slightly. I'm going to actually give him black hair. And slightly go in with the black. Don't need much. Just go over those outer eye bits, I think. And then the white. Just to get that all together. I like him. Right, so now all I've got left is the grass, the sky and the tree. Right. Oh dear. Wow. I really did leave the harder parts till last, didn't I? If you don't want to watch me repetitively colour in grass and sky, just skip to the end and you'll be able to see what it looks like, basically. Right. What should I do first? I think I'm going to start with the sky because I've already got that dark blue here. And then I think I might add, for the lighter blue, some Picasso sky, just in little parts of it, I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm mostly going to have this colour, and then I will go on top with some black in places. Let's see if the black goes over this okay. Yeah, so that should be fine. You're able to see this? Yep. Right. It's slightly chillier today. Sorry. I mean, the sun's out, but the air is very chill. I'm just going to go in with my black moment. gently mirror down here, I think. I don't want the black, the darkest colour, to be all over. And I'm going to go back over with that other blue in a minute, just to smoothen some of this up. And I'm actually going to do some of down here, the darker blue. It's the way I like to do skies. Now back in with that Aquarius. This method works for any dark colour, but sometimes if you try this with a lighter colour like a softer pink or blue, then it just makes it look grey and messy instead of looking like the actual colour, just darker. But if you have like a dark blue like this, or a dark green, purple, then add in a light layer of black. I think it's the deeper colours it works with, but more the pastel tones it won't. Unless you want that sort of colour. You want that grey ashiness to it. Which sometimes you do. Right, and now I'm going to do a light layer into the middle. Oh, I need to blend the bottom out. I just forgot that I'd put black there. Need to blend this one down a little bit, so it's going to go really dark to really light a bit too fast. Alright, now I'm going to test out adding this Picasso Sky. This may be the wrong colour. Oh no. I like that. Just get over that bit first and then colour out. It adds a bit of a purple tone to it, it does, which fits with the fact that I've had purple tones into a few things, so I'm happy with that colour choice. I think because I already had the blue marker down, that's why this colour is blending okay, whereas it might have been too light if I didn't have that already there. Just go over a bit of that because I can see some lines. And now this side. I need to sharpen this. It's getting more difficult. Much better. I don't even know if you can see this colour on camera, but it's making a slight difference to where I'm putting it. I think that's the sky done. Oh, we're looking. Yeah, that looks nice. Let me just take some of my drink. Right, so next is the grass. This is one thing that I really don't like colouring. I'm not going to do it realistic, obviously, not with this page. Now I need some dark greens. Oh, I had that green from before, didn't I? That opal green. Give that a sharpen. Right. I feel like I'm going to need an in-between green as well. What's this one? Fizz. What sort of colour is that? Let me just check. Yeah, that'll do. Haven't used it, so giving it a sharpen. Because I don't know if these pencils have that coating on or not. It is slightly darker, which is good. Start with the bushes. use the same greens anyway. I'm not gonna fuss about difference between grass and bush. Oh yes, that is the green I was needing. I'm just going to go in with this grass in a minute. This is such a pretty green. My black in there a bit, I think. And I find bushes quite simple to colour. I just follow the lines and then I put a shadow sort of in. But when it comes to actual grass, it just seems hard. Over here. Put the black in. And then I'm going to blend it with that lighter green. White in that. I think I need to sharpen my white. Okay, for a moment there. Just on the edges. Oh, I didn't finish that part of the brush. Just gone over the sky bit there. Just deepen that up a bit. I went into the tail. It's okay. Right, so this deeper green here. Do. And here. Maybe a bit too black. Right. Now for the grass. Actually, I'm going to go and do these leaves first. I'm just using the same greens again. You can tell I really don't want to colour that grass. Just getting with my dark colour first. Makes it easier. Normally I hate colouring leaves as well, but there's only 3, so it's manageable. I mean, there isn't even much grass down there. It's just the thought of colouring it. I am going to add this yellow to the leaves where I've added the white, just so it makes it like a lighter green. I'm going to sharpen my white because I'm going to need a sharper point. I'll do sharpen these greens. And my black. Sharpen everything, it's like an extra few seconds. I don't have the colour grass. Right. So I'm just going to go straight in with this dark green, and then these places that are all shadowed, I guess in most of that's just going to be black anyway. So that bit's easy enough. I feel like this bit's going to be more shadowed as well. And the hay bale. That just looks awkward now, so I'm just going to black that out. When in doubt, black it out. Right. Now for the bits that will actually have some lighter bits in it. Oof. I feel like I want to start at the top. And a place. I might not even use that middle green. And when I figured out why that leg looked weird, it was because I had coloured bandages more on his foot than this side, so I coloured it in brown. You can't see it very well, but I know now when it looks better in my eyes. Yeah, I'm not going anything special with this grass. Just leaving some of it a bit lighter. So once I get started on it, I can just colour away, but the thought of colouring grass it's a nightmare. Right. Now I'm going to add some black into some places. feeling that bush needs to have a beginning. And then a bit in here. Now I am just going to go over with this middle green. I'm not going to use a white because I don't want to. I want it to give a slightly different colour than the bush, and that bush turned that green after I added the white. I'm not being careful with this or doing it any sort of neatness. I just want it. I want it done. Glass doesn't need to be perfect. Right. It's a glass done. I am going to add little speckles with my Posca pen, but that will be at the end. Right, now for that tree, I need a dark brown. What was the darkest brown I had? I think it was this Dungeon, wasn't it? Let me just give that a sharpen. Yes, that's what we need. I think I'm just going to do this black with the brown and the black. It's going to be quite dark. Just a little bit. And up. As you can see, I'm just quickly doing this. I'm not fussed. Like, the tree isn't the main part of the image. My main focus was the friends and the pumpkins and the little Halloween party. Yeah, so I deleted all those hours of videos off, so I'm fine to film again. I had completely forgot. I completely slipped my mind that my phone would fill up. How silly is that? Of course it would run out of space, as well as like videos and that. Obviously you're still filling it up with your daily stuff as well. And those hours and hours of videos needed to go. Right, now my black. And now I'm just going to get a lighter brown. What brown do we have here? Castle. I'm just gonna blend that out a bit, leaving some bits slightly lighter. Oh, was this the colour I used on the dog? It may have been. That don't matter. You can clearly see where the dog is and the tree is. And then I'm just going to use the white. Oh, and it snapped. I thought I heard it click when I was sharpening it earlier, but I didn't really pay much notice. That'll do. It's not super sharp, but that's enough for what I want to do with it. And then where was that other brown that I used to start with? Brown brick, was it? Just softly go over the white, because I do want it lighter, but I don't want it to be that white. Just gently, I'm not really pressing down. Right, now we've just got the stars and that. I decided I'm going to do this gold, and I'm going to get my Posca pen. Oh, first I'll do the stars yellowy orange. This is called Nugget. I use that around the edge. These stars, and I'll go over the black outline with my Posca pen, and I'll do all the dots white. The page has folded a little bit, which is a bit weird. Maybe I should have put something on top of it overnight. Like I said, it's been chilly and maybe the cold has warped the paper. I don't know if that ever happens. But yeah, after everything's dry, I'll just put it in my folder and then it will be flattened out anyway. Why haven't I looked in the insides of these? Just drew around the black outline, didn't I? I want them white. Look big enough to be snow. Yeah, I don't like black lines on stars or anything that's supposed to be like a light source, because I think it stops it from looking like a light source. But obviously they've got to put the line out there so we know to colour it. So I'm glad that I have my Posca pen. Right. So I am going to do those gold, but I'm going to use gold leaf foil. I have some here. Just some. When I use it, I don't use it all, and then the flakes that are sort of come off the page I've kept in this pot just to use for stuff like this. So I need to find my masking fluid, not masking fluid, gosh, gilding fluid. Right, well, I found it, but I'm not going to be able to use it because I can't get the, the lid off. So this is what I normally use for my gold leaf, and I think maybe the last time I used it, I may have got some of the paste on the edge because I cannot for the life of me open it. Yes, it is one of these fiddly locks anyway, but I've just sat here for like 5 minutes trying to open it and it's just not working at all. And it shouldn't be that hard. It's not normally that difficult to open. So I'm just going to go with a gold paint instead, which is the Decaware Extreme Sheen metallic paint. And this one is, I think this one's called Champagne Gold. Yep, Champagne Gold. So this should be easy to use. Right, I'm actually just going to use it right out of the pot. Ooh, that needs shaking, that does. Right, I need to get a paintbrush out. I didn't even get a paintbrush either. Sorry about this. Just a small little paintbrush. I think that was a watercolour one. I don't want to use a watercolour paintbrush, do I? Like some are for watercolour and acrylic paint, but to a certain point I don't want to use some of them that I have for both. I'll do. This was just I think it just came free with something, to be honest. That isn't the greatest edge. Yeah. I need to get water on that. I don't even have water with me. Oh my gosh. I'll be back. Patience, please. Water is here. Right, so put that back where it should be. Let's see if this paintbrush gets a decent edge. No, I don't think I feel comfortable using that paintbrush. I might just keep that for if, like, I do something where I don't mind ruining a paintbrush. It's better. Again, it's still a cheap paintbrush, but at least this one I've used and I know will do the job. So I'm just going to use it right. Oh, there's some paint in the cap. That might be enough. I will probably give this 2 coats maybe. I don't know how I feel about these black edges. I might have to go around the edge with white, but I'll see what it's like after 2 coats paint. Right, I'll just pause you while that dries. You don't need to sit here while it's drying, do you? Right, second coat. I'll give it. Pick some of the water off on my brush because I did just wash it. Still in frame, yep. Yeah, I did just put my pencils away, so I didn't know if I moved the page or not. I did just get a bit where I didn't want it. Right. I don't think I'll use the white on the edge. I think 2 coats has fixed what I didn't like the look of. You can still slightly see the black line, but it's nowhere near what I didn't like before. Obviously this isn't the gold that I was originally going for, but it'll do. It's something shiny. I mean, I could have used stickles. I have a gold in that. I wanted something more metallic shiny than glitter shiny. Might have been too much paint on my brush then. I'll spread it out. Put it over here. I'm just going to go over that black line again. I may have to get the white out. I don't want to do a third coat of that. Plus it might, but I won't do a white edge around the whole of it. I think I'll just sort of make it, give it a little bit of shape to it, but I'll have to wait for that to dry again. So I will just pause it again if that's okay. Alright, so I think that should be dry enough for me to just add a white edge to part of it. So I'm going to go on the inner part like this, because that is mostly the part which I don't like having the back line on. And then either the top or the bottom. I think the top would look better. Oh, that bit wasn't dry yet. And now I've got gold on my Posca pen. So I may have to just be careful on that one. I'm just going to go over where because that's white paper anyway, so. Just get that gold off. And just this one. Now you can't see it when it goes onto the white paper, but it cleaned up the edges, which I like that more now. Right, and that is my page done. So that was the free Welcome to the Forest Halloween page that you can get on Morgan O'Brien's Ko-fi page. And yeah, you can choose to donate money over there, even though the book is free. So that is up to you, but I would definitely pop over and like get this free printable book. Yeah, they are so much fun to colour. I had so much fun, except for the grass, of course. But to be fair, once I started it, it was fine, wasn't it? It's just the thought of colouring grass. It's really not for me. But yeah. Oh dear. Looks like they're all having fun as well, doesn't it? So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you'll join me again on my colouring quest. Bye bye.